They were gathered, they were polished, and they were put together. The stone and I are the same age, and this is something that we don't see all the time, right, Michelle?
No, I wanted to start, since this is my very first presentation, a brand new network for me, I wanted to start with my favorite piece.
Okay.
And this is, of the 2 hours, something that's really, really close to me. A black coral, when I first discovered it, I was actually in the Caribbean, and I think a lot of people, when they go on cruises or they take honeymoons or vacations, that's where they first discover it. But you know, black coral is very deep within the sea. I mean, the colors of coral are relatively shallow if you've ever been snorkeling, been to Australia, something like that. But this can be up to 2 miles deep. And the black coral is actually very, very small. Look at how mysterious it looks, how beautiful it is.
It's absolutely beautiful. Now, those white dots you're seeing in the center, that is going to be the lights in the studio. When you get this home, it is this just deep, gorgeous, dark black coral stone surrounded by a fifth of a carat of diamonds set in 14 karat gold. We have it for you today, sizes 5 through 11. 6 easy payments of $129.83. If you use your Q card, you can actually go ahead and spread that out over a 9-month financing plan. This is something, it's J348511. I presented this one other time, and this is just something that I had not seen before. And when we talk about the vault discovery, this was a vault collector, a gem collector rather, who first found these pieces and put them together 45 years ago.
Let's talk about that, because you know, most of the time you'll go to a market, you'll go to a show, a jewelry show. We just finished with JCK and we had a wonderful excursion with the buyers there. But occasionally you'll come across someone that has got a little parcel that is in the back of a vault someplace, right? And so that was the case with this. So when you see the low price, you might be saying to yourself, well, wait a minute, that was much more expensive when I saw it in the Caribbean, right? For the black coral, especially of that kind of size. Well, because it's a 45-year-old parcel, and there's not a shelf life on gemstones like there is on milk, right?
Truth.
We have this great quality cabochon at a very, very low price. I mean, Katie, this is a limited edition of art. There's no way to replicate this. There's no reorder on this item. So it got me very excited to see it. I mean, talk about something, if you're careful with your jewelry, that you could wear all the time. And every time you look at it, you're going to think of that special vacation and the water and the beach and all those great things.
Reminds me of my honeymoon in Hawaii. Let me give you some measurements here, because this is a really nice size ring. So you're talking about a little over ½ inch long. We clock in here at just under a ½ inch wide. And I want to put this on the finger because I want to be able to show you. It does sit up a bit. So if you, but not too much. So I think that when you see something as special as this, you say, okay, you know what? It sits up less than a ½ inch, little over ¼ inch. Nice presence on the finger. Very, very comfortable. And I love the split shank here, Michelle, because I think that when you have a gemstone of this size, that split shank is going to help it sit nicely on the finger and not be rocking back and forth.
It's like architecture on a building, right? You want to have the right foundation for the whole thing. Can you imagine? I mean, let's just all think about this for a second. That piece of black coral on your finger could be 2,000 years old.
Well, that's spectacular.
Isn't it? And so far at the bottom of the sea. You know, to me, it's just mesmerizing, the whole idea. And isn't it set very nicely against the zircon?
This is actually diamonds in this one. This one is a fifth of a carat of diamond. And that's what I was thinking, is that when you see how that, there's Khadijah, by the way, as we say what we see. Good morning to the beautiful Khadijah. This is that beautiful cabochon. And the fact that we have framed it so beautifully in that fifth of a carat of diamonds, they just set each other off so beautifully. And then when you look at that, the starkness, the black and the white, and then that beautiful warmth of the 14 karat gold, this is $779, but we've put it on our very best easy payment plan, 6 easy payments. That first payment of $129.83, this stunner can come home. You have 30 days. Wear it, take it out for dinner, show your girlfriends, see what everybody says, see what you think.
Yeah, talk to the story of it, right? I mean, coral traditionally has to break free from the reef in order to be used in jewelry, but traditional coral, like I think everybody thinks of red coral and, you know, all of that, that is a very slow growing organic. This, talk about slow growing, is 600 times slower growing than traditional coral is. I mean, to put it in like regards to your fingernails, that black coral grows 2,000 times slower than your fingernails do. I mean, think about this. This is a really rare and special commodity. It is an organic gemstone. It was a living creature. Very few gems are like that, you know? I mean, this is why it's my favorite piece of the show. Set in gold, it almost had to be set in 14 karat gold because it's so spectacular.
Well, I just think that the whole piece put together, it really is like you were saying, it is a work of art. Want to remind you, 6 monthly payments on your major credit card of $129.83. When you think about how special and unique this is, that's not bad. But then, if you would like to use your Q card, you have another option because we are putting this one for you on a special 9-month financing plan. So if you use your Q card, as long as you pay this off within those 9 months, you will not have to pay any interest. By the way, today, if you apply for a Q card and are approved and you use it to purchase something today, you'll also get a $20 e-gift card to use later on.
Nice.
So the good gets even better. I just like to point that out. Still to come in the show, this is fun. And Michelle, when you and I spoke on the phone yesterday, this reminds me a little bit of the Yellow Brick Road from The Wizard of Oz, but we've got 5, I believe, different semi-precious gemstones. Love the design here. Great presence on the ring, and we have it for you on a clearance price. There is the garnet, $99. So that's coming up in a little bit. Also to come, and if my memory serves me correctly, this is the most affordable item